If you're a senior, the wrong car doesn't just feel uncomfortable. It can become dangerous. Low seats, poor visibility, confusing controls. These aren't small issues anymore. They're the reason many seniors slowly lose confidence behind the wheel. But in 2026, some cars are built to do the opposite, making driving easier, safer, and far less stressful. In this video, we're counting down 12 cars seniors should buy without hesitation, based on real data from Consumer Reports and IIHS. And by the end, you'll see which one could completely change the way you drive. Let's start. Number 12. Kia Soul. At first glance, the Kia Soul doesn't look like a senior car, but that's exactly why so many people overlook it and regret it later, because what really matters isn't the badge. It's how the car works in real life, every single day. And this is where the Soul quietly dominates. The biggest problem many seniors face isn't speed or power. It's simply getting in and out of the car comfortably. Too low, you struggle to stand up. Too high, you have to climb in. The Kia Soul hits that perfect middle ground. With its upright design and ideal hip point height, right in that 25 to 28 inch sweet spot experts recommend. You don't climb in, you don't drop down, you just slide in naturally. That alone reduces daily strain on knees, hips, and lower back, something most buyers don't think about until it starts hurting. Then comes visibility. Thanks to its boxy shape and tall roofline, the Soul offers exceptional outward visibility, which directly reduces blind spots, a major safety factor as neck mobility becomes limited over time. And when it comes to safety, this isn't a stripped down budget car. Even in base trims, you're getting features like forward collision avoidance lane, keeping assist driver attention warning. These systems act like a second set of eyes, catching mistakes before they turn into accidents. And here's the real kicker. While many cars are becoming overly dependent on complicated touchscreens, the Soul keeps controls simple and easy to reach, reducing distraction. Because in reality, confusion behind the wheel is just as dangerous as speed. In a world where cars are getting harder to use, the Kia Soul does the opposite. It simplifies everything, and sometimes that's exactly what keeps you safe. Number 11. Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. If there's one vehicle experts keep coming back to in 2026 for seniors, it's the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. And it's not just popular, it's specifically ranked as one of the best choices for retirees based on real-world usability, safety, and long-term reliability. But here's what most people don't realize. This SUV isn't just about comfort, it's about removing risk from your daily drive. Start with the most overlooked factor, seat height. The RAV4 Hybrid sits right around that 27-inch entry point, which experts say is the ideal height for seniors. That means no crouching down like in a sedan, no climbing up like in a tall truck, just a smooth, natural movement in and out. And over time, that matters more than horsepower ever will. Now combine that with its wide door openings and supportive seating, and suddenly, everyday errands stop feeling like a physical task. But comfort is only half the story. Where the RAV4 Hybrid really separates itself is in preventing expensive mistakes. Because according to long-term data from reliability studies, Toyota's hybrid systems consistently rank among the most durable in the industry, with many owners pushing well past 200,000 miles without major issues. That's not just reliability, that's peace of mind in a market where repair bills are exploding. Then comes safety, and this is where things get serious. Every RAV4 Hybrid comes standard with Toyota Safety Sense, including pre-collision system with pedestrian detection lane departure alert with steering assist adaptive cruise control. These systems are constantly working in the background, correcting small mistakes before they become life-changing accidents. And for seniors, that extra layer of protection isn't optional anymore. It's essential. Add an excellent fuel economy, around 40 miles per gallon combined, and you're not just saving effort, you're saving money every single week at the pump. Because here's the reality, the wrong SUV will cost you in repairs, fuel, and fatigue. But the right one, it quietly protects you every time you turn the key. And that's exactly why the RAV4 Hybrid sits near the top of this list. Number 10. Subaru Forester. Here's something most drivers don't think about until it almost causes a crash. Not power, not speed, visibility. Because as reaction time slows and neck mobility becomes limited, one thing becomes incredibly dangerous: not being able to see clearly in every direction. And that's exactly where the Subaru Forester dominates. This isn't just another compact SUV, it's consistently ranked by experts as a top pick, and a big reason why comes down to something simple: Its design. The Forester's tall, boxy shape isn't about style, it's about function. You get large windows, thin pillars, and a commanding driving position that creates near panoramic visibility. That means fewer blind spots, less head turning, and quicker awareness of everything happening around you. And in real-world driving, that can be the difference between catching a car in your blind spot or not noticing a pedestrian early, or too late. Now add Subaru's EyeSight driver assist technology and things go to another level. We're talking about systems like pre-collision braking lane, keep assist, adaptive cruise control. These aren't just features, they actively step in when human reaction isn't fast enough. And according to IIHS safety evaluations, vehicles equipped with these systems show significantly reduced crash rates. But let's talk comfort, because that matters every single day. The Forester is designed with wide, tall door openings, making entry and exit effortless, especially important for aging joints. No awkward twisting, no strain, just a smooth, upright motion in and out. And unlike many modern vehicles overloaded with complicated controls, the Forester keeps things simple and intuitive, with clearly labeled buttons and minimal distraction, because confusion behind the wheel is a risk most people underestimate. Then there's the all-weather confidence. With standard all-wheel drive, the Forester adds an extra layer of stability in rain, snow, uneven roads. Situations where one small mistake can quickly spiral into something bigger. Here's the truth, most cars focus on performance, but the Subaru Forester focuses on something far more important, keeping you aware, in control, and one step ahead of danger. And that's exactly why it earns its spot here. Number 9. Honda CR-V. Some cars feel good on a test drive, but become frustrating after a few months. The Honda CR-V does the opposite. It doesn't try to overwhelm you with flashy tech or complicated layouts. Instead, it focuses on something far more important, making every single drive feel effortless. And for seniors, that's not a luxury. That's a necessity. Let's start with one feature that sounds small, but makes a huge difference. Door design. The CR-V's rear doors open nearly 90 degrees. That means no squeezing in, no awkward angles, no extra strain getting in or out. It's a simple design choice, but one that dramatically reduces stress on hips and knees, especially during repeated daily use. Then comes the seating position. Like the best vehicles on this list, the CR-V hits that perfect height balance. Not too low, not too high, making entry and exit feel completely natural. But where the CR-V really shines is in usability. In a time where many cars are replacing buttons with confusing touchscreens, Honda keeps things refreshingly simple. You still get physical knobs for climate and volume, clear controls, and a layout that just makes sense. Because here's the reality, the longer your eyes are off the road trying to figure out a screen, the higher the risk of an accident. And the CR-V minimizes that risk. Now let's talk safety. Honda sensing comes standard, including collision mitigation, braking road departure mitigation, adaptive cruise control. Systems constantly monitor your surroundings, ready to step in if something goes wrong. And over time, that's not just convenience, that's protection. Add an excellent reliability ratings and strong resale value, and the CR-V becomes more than just a smart choice. It becomes a stress-free ownership experience. Because the wrong SUV drains your energy over time, but the right one, it makes driving feel easy again. Number 8. Toyota Camry. There's a common belief that seniors should avoid sedans completely. Too low, too hard to get out of, too uncomfortable over time. And in many cases, that's true. But the Toyota Camry is one of the few exceptions that completely changes that narrative. Because in 2026, this isn't just a regular sedan anymore. It's a hybrid-only model built for efficiency, simplicity, and long-term reliability. And that combination matters more than ever. Let's address the biggest concern first, entry and exit. Yes, the Camry sits lower than an SUV, but Toyota has carefully designed the seat height and door positioning to make getting in and out far easier than most sedans in its class. It's not a drop-down motion like older cars. It's more controlled, more supported, and for many seniors who prefer a smoother ride, that trade-off is worth it, because this is where the Camry truly excels. Comfort. The suspension is tuned to absorb road imperfections, reducing vibration and fatigue on longer drives. That means less strain on the body, and a more relaxed driving experience overall. Then comes fuel economy, and this is where things get serious. With around 48 miles per gallon combined, the Camry dramatically reduces fuel costs at a time when gas prices remain unpredictable. And for retirees on a fixed income, that's not just a benefit, that's long-term financial relief. Now add Toyota's proven reputation for durability, and you're looking at a vehicle that can easily last well beyond 150,000 to 200,000 miles with proper maintenance, fewer breakdowns, fewer surprises, less stress, and importantly, the Camry still keeps physical buttons and knobs for key controls. No digging through menus, no confusion while driving, just simple, clear functionality. Because at the end of the day, the safest car isn't always the tallest one. It's the one that's predictable, comfortable, and easy to use every single day. And that's exactly what the Camry delivers. Number 7. Hyundai Tucson. There's a quiet shift happening in modern cars. Some are getting more complicated, more distracting, and harder to use safely, but the Hyundai Tucson takes a different path. It focuses on one thing, protecting you without overwhelming you. And for seniors, that balance is critical. Let's start with the driving position. The Tucson offers a high, upright seating layout, giving you a clear view of the road without needing to stretch or strain. That alone reduces fatigue, especially on longer drives or busy city roads. And just like the best SUVs on this list, it hits that ideal entry height, meaning you step in naturally instead of climbing or dropping down. But the real strength of the Tucson is what's working silently in the background. Hyundai's SmartSense safety suite comes standard, and it's loaded with features like forward collision avoidance assist, blind spot collision warning, rear cross traffic alert, lane keeping assist. Now here's why that matters. As awareness and reaction times change over time, these systems act like a constant second layer of protection, watching angles you might miss and reacting faster than human reflexes. And according to safety evaluations, vehicles equipped with these technologies significantly reduce the chances of common accidents like lane drift or parking lot collisions. Then there's the cabin design. Unlike many modern vehicles that bury everything inside touchscreens, the Tucson strikes a balance, keeping controls clean, accessible, and easy to understand, because confusion while driving is a risk that builds slowly until one day it becomes a problem. And here's something most buyers overlook. The Tucson also offers one of the best values in its class. You're getting advanced safety tech, comfort, and reliability without stepping into luxury level pricing, which means fewer compromises and fewer regrets later. Because in reality, the most dangerous car isn't always the one with fewer features. It's the one that makes you feel overwhelmed. And the Tucson avoids that completely. Number 6. Honda Accord. Not every senior wants an SUV, and for good reason. Some drivers still prefer the smooth, grounded feel of a sedan, but worry about comfort, accessibility, and long-term usability. That's where the Honda Accord stands out, because for years it's been considered the benchmark for ride comfort, and in 2026 it continues to deliver exactly that. Let's start with what you feel first. The ride quality. The Accord is tuned to absorb bumps, cracks, and rough pavement in a way that minimizes body movement and vibration. That means less fatigue on longer drives, less strain on the back and joints, a more relaxed driving experience overall, and over time, that makes a bigger difference than most people expect. Now yes, it's a sedan, but Honda has carefully engineered the seating position to make entry and exit more manageable than older low-slung cars. It's not as high as an SUV, but it's far from the uncomfortable drop-down feeling people fear. Then comes usability, and this is where the Accord really earns its place. The layout is simple, clean, and intuitive. You're not dealing with confusing menus or hidden controls. Everything is where you expect it to be, and that reduces distraction, which directly improves safety. Speaking of safety, the Accord comes equipped with Honda sensing, including collision mitigation, braking lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control. These systems work quietly in the background, helping prevent the kinds of small mistakes that can lead to bigger problems. And then there's reliability. The Accord has consistently ranked among the most dependable sedans, meaning fewer unexpected repairs and more confidence every time you drive. Because here's the truth, driving shouldn't feel like work. It should feel smooth, predictable, and stress-free. And the Honda Accord delivers exactly that, mile after mile. Number 5. Hyundai Sonata. Here's a mistake a lot of buyers make. They assume that going budget-friendly means sacrificing safety, comfort, or quality. And in today's market, that assumption can cost you, because some cheaper cars cut corners in the exact areas seniors need the most: ride comfort, visibility, and safety tech. But the Hyundai Sonata breaks that pattern completely. In fact, it's one of the few sedans in its price range to earn top safety pick plus ratings, putting it in the same conversation as far more expensive vehicles. And that's where things get interesting, because safety isn't optional anymore. It's the difference between a close call and a real accident. The Sonata comes packed with features like forward collision avoidance assist, blind spot monitoring, lane following assist. These systems don't just warn you, they actively step in when needed. And that extra layer of support becomes more valuable with every mile. Now let's talk comfort, because that's what you feel every day. The Sonata offers a spacious interior with generous legroom and supportive seating that reduces pressure on joints during longer drives. And unlike older sedans that feel cramped or low, this one is designed to feel open and accessible. Then comes the ride quality. It's smooth, controlled, and designed to absorb road imperfections without transferring that impact into the cabin. That means less fatigue, less strain, and a more relaxed driving experience overall. But here's the part most people don't think about: value over time. With strong fuel efficiency and competitive pricing, the Sonata keeps ownership costs predictable, something that matters more than ever in 2026, because unexpected expenses are one of the biggest stress points for retirees, and the Sonata helps avoid that. It delivers the features you need without pushing you into a higher price bracket. And sometimes the smartest choice isn't the most expensive one, it's the one that quietly does everything right. Number 4. Lexus ES. Now we step into a completely different level of driving experience. Because the Lexus ES isn't just about getting from point A to point B, it's about how you feel when you get there. And for seniors, that matters more than ever, because fatigue doesn't hit all at once. It builds slowly through road vibration, noise, and constant small adjustments behind the wheel. And over time, that turns driving into something exhausting. The Lexus ES is designed to eliminate that completely. From the moment you sit inside, the difference is obvious. The seats are engineered for maximum support and comfort, reducing pressure points and keeping your body relaxed, even on longer drives. Then comes the ride quality. It's incredibly smooth, absorbing bumps and imperfections in a way that makes rough roads feel almost invisible. That means less stress on your body and a calmer, more controlled driving experience. But the real standout feature? Silence. The ES is known for its ultra-quiet cabin, blocking out road and wind noise to create a peaceful environment. And that's not just about luxury. Yeah, it reduces mental fatigue and helps you stay more focused while driving. Now add Lexus-level reliability into the equation. This brand consistently ranks at the top for dependability, meaning fewer breakdowns, fewer unexpected repairs, and long-term peace of mind. And of course, safety is built in. With advanced driver assistance systems working in the background, the ES constantly monitors your surroundings, ready to intervene if something goes wrong. Because here's the reality: driving should never feel tiring or stressful. It should feel calm, controlled, and effortless. And the Lexus ES delivers that better than almost anything else on the road. Number 3. Buick Encore GX. Not every dangerous moment on the road happens at high speed. In fact, for many seniors, the most stressful situations are much simpler. Tight parking lots, crowded streets, narrow driveways. That's where bigger SUVs start to feel overwhelming. And that's exactly why the Buick Encore GX stands out, because it's designed to make driving feel manageable again. First, the size. This is a compact SUV with a smaller footprint, which means it's significantly easier to park, maneuver, judge distances, and that directly reduces stress, especially in urban environments where space is limited. But here's what really matters: it doesn't feel small on the inside. The Encore GX offers an upright seating position and smart cabin layout that keeps everything within easy reach. You're not stretching, you're not adjusting constantly. Everything just feels natural. Then comes one of its biggest strengths: quietness. Buick has focused heavily on cabin insulation, reducing outside noise and creating a calm driving environment. And that's more important than most people think, because constant noise and distractions increase fatigue, and fatigue leads to slower reaction times. Now add in its safety features, including automatic emergency braking lane, keep assist, rear cross traffic alert. These systems are constantly monitoring your surroundings, helping prevent the kind of low-speed accidents that happen far more often than people realize. And here's the key advantage. The Encore GX doesn't overwhelm you with complexity. It keeps things simple, controlled, and predictable, which is exactly what builds confidence behind the wheel. Because when a car feels easy to drive, you drive better. Number 2, Toyota Sienna. For some seniors, comfort isn't just a preference, it's a requirement. And this is where most vehicles fall short. Even SUVs can still require stepping up, twisting awkwardly, adjusting your body just to get in, and over time, that becomes exhausting. The Toyota Sienna solves that problem entirely, because unlike traditional vehicles, this isn't just about seating position, it's about full accessibility. The biggest game changer, power sliding doors. No heavy pulling, no awkward reaching. With the push of a button, the doors open wide, giving you effortless access to the cabin. And that's a huge advantage for seniors with limited mobility or those who simply want to avoid daily strain. Then comes the step in height. The Sienna features a low, flat entry point, making it one of the easiest vehicles to get into and out of, period. No climbing, no dropping down, just a smooth, natural movement. Inside, the benefits continue. You get exceptional space, adjustable seating, and a layout that allows for easy movement without feeling cramped. Whether it's groceries, family, or mobility equipment, this vehicle adapts without effort. And here's something many people don't expect. The Sienna is now hybrid only, delivering around 36 miles per gallon combined. So even with its size and practicality, you're still saving significantly on fuel. Then add Toyota's long-standing reputation for reliability, and you're looking at a vehicle built for long-term peace of mind. Fewer repairs, lower running costs, less stress. Because at this stage, the right vehicle shouldn't demand effort from you, it should remove effort from your life. And that's exactly what the Sienna does. Now for the number 1 spot, and this one earns it in a way most people don't expect. Number 1, Subaru Outback. Most people think the perfect senior car has to be a small SUV or a luxury sedan. But what if the best option is something in between? That's exactly where the Subaru Outback dominates, because it solves a problem most drivers don't even realize they have: compromise. Too many vehicles force you to choose comfort or capability visibility, or ride quality ease of use, or safety. The Outback refuses to pick just one. Let's start with what matters every single day: comfort. The seats in the Outback are consistently ranked among the best for long distance driving. They're supportive without being stiff, soft without feeling unstable, and most importantly, they reduce fatigue over time, because long drives shouldn't leave you sore or exhausted. Now combine that with its wagon-style design and you get something unique: a ride height that's easier to access than many SUVs, without the low, drop-down feel of traditional sedans. It's that perfect middle ground. Again, then comes visibility. With large windows and a well-balanced driving position, the Outback offers a clear, confident view of the road, reducing blind spots and improving awareness. And in real-world driving, that awareness matters more than raw performance ever will. But where the Outback truly stands apart is in confidence. With standard all-wheel drive, this vehicle stays stable in rain, gravel, uneven roads, situations where traction loss can quickly turn into a dangerous moment. And for seniors, that added stability isn't just helpful, it's protective. Now add Subaru's EyeSight safety system into the mix: pre-collision braking lane, centering adaptive cruise control. These features act like a constant co-pilot, ready to step in when needed, and that extra layer of support can be the difference between a close call and something much worse. Then there's reliability and long-term usability. The Outback is built to last, with strong safety ratings and a reputation for durability that gives owners confidence year after year. Because here's the truth: the best car for seniors isn't the flashiest one, it's the one that quietly supports you, protects you, and makes every drive feel easy, safe, and predictable. And that's exactly why the Subaru Outback takes the number 1 spot. Here's the reality most people ignore: the wrong car doesn't just cost more money, it costs comfort, it costs confidence, and in some cases it can cost safety. But the right car, it gives you control back, it reduces stress every time you drive, and it protects you in ways you don't even notice. If this list helped you, make sure to hit like and subscribe, because the next video breaks down cars seniors should avoid at all costs in 2026, and some of them might seriously surprise you.